Hello everyone, welcome to The Untold. In this video we are going to check decades-old cold cases that were solved in 2021. This is going to be part 3 of the tragic cold case solved after decades. For decades, these cases lay dormant, shrouded in mystery, and leaving a trail of unanswered questions. But the passage of time did not erase the victims from the memories of their loved ones, or the determination of those who sought justice. Join me now as we delve into the intricate details of these cases, piecing together the fragments of evidence that ultimately led to the identification and apprehension of those responsible. Through archival footage, expert interviews, and dramatic reconstructions, we will retrace the steps of investigators as they tirelessly pursued the truth, ultimately bringing closure to families who had long awaited answers. The first case on our list takes us to the snow-capped peaks of Breckenridge, Colorado, in 1982. It was here that the lifeless bodies of two women, Annette Schnee and Bobbie Jo Oberholtzer, were discovered, their fates tragically intertwined. The crime scenes, miles apart and separated by months, initially presented a perplexing puzzle for investigators. What connected these two women, whose paths in life might never have crossed under ordinary circumstances? The answer, as it turned out, lay in a seemingly innocuous item, a pair of orange socks. On the frigid morning of January 6, 1982, Bobbie Jo Oberholzer, a young woman full of life at the tender age of 29, set out for her day, unaware of the sinister fate that awaited her. She bid farewell to her husband Jeff, a hard-working appliance repairman, and their humble abode in the small town of Alma. Hitchhiking, a common practice in those days, was her chosen mode of transportation to her job as a receptionist, a testament to the trust that still permeated society. As evening descended and shadows grew long, Bobbie Jo found herself enjoying the company of friends at a local bar, a brief respite from the daily grind. At 6:20 p.m., the familiar ring of her husband's voice broke through the chatter, a testament to their loving bond. Jeff, ever the attentive spouse, inquired about her need for a ride home, but Bobbie Jo, confident in her ability to secure transportation, reassured him that she would be fine. Little did either of them know that this would be their last conversation. Hours turned into a night of agonizing worry for Jeff as he waited in vain for his beloved Bobbie Jo's return. The clock ticked past midnight, each second an eternity, as his concern morphed into a chilling fear that something was terribly wrong. Driven by a desperate hope, Jeff made the familiar drive to Breckenridge, his heart pounding in his chest. His inquiries at the bar yielded little comfort. Bobbie Jo had left hours earlier, seemingly vanishing into thin air. The authorities, initially hesitant to label Bobbie Jo as missing so soon after her disappearance, offered little solace to Jeff's mounting dread. With a heavy heart, he returned home, clinging to the hope that his wife would soon walk through the door. But deep down, a sense of foreboding began to take root. The following morning, a glimmer of hope emerged from a farmer's field 30 miles outside of Breckenridge. It was not Bobbie Jo herself, but a small, seemingly insignificant item that held the key to unraveling the mystery her driver's license. Armed with this newfound clue, Jeff, accompanied by two loyal friends, embarked on a desperate search. Their search led them to a chilling discovery, a splash of blue amidst the pristine white snow. It was Bobbie Jo's backpack, a constant companion on her daily journeys. But this was no ordinary lost-and-found scenario. Next to the backpack lay a single glove, stained with the unmistakable crimson of blood, and scattered nearby, blood-soaked tissues. A sense of dread washed over them as they realized the gravity of the situation. With renewed urgency, the search party pressed on, their hearts heavy with a growing sense of unease. 2 agonizing hours later, their worst fears were confirmed. Bobbie Jo's lifeless body lay in the snow, more than 15 miles from where her backpack had been discarded. She had been shot twice, her life tragically cut short. As investigators meticulously processed the crime scene, they uncovered 3 crucial pieces of evidence that would shape the course of the investigation. First, the only footprints found near Bobbie Jo's body belonged to her, suggesting a struggle or a desperate attempt to flee. Second, a plastic cord, tightly bound around one of her wrists, hinted at the sinister intentions of her assailant. And finally, lying near her body, a solitary orange sock, a seemingly insignificant detail that would later prove to be a chilling link to another crime. On that same fateful day, as the community reeled from the news of Bobbie Jo's murder, another young woman vanished without a trace. Annette Schnee, a 21-year-old cocktail waitress known for her vibrant personality and infectious smile, was last seen in Breckenridge, her disappearance eerily similar to Bobbie Jo's. The authorities, recognizing the potential connection between the two cases, launched a joint investigation, desperate to find answers before another life was lost. Investigators, piecing together witness accounts and timelines, developed a chilling hypothesis about the events leading up to Annette's disappearance. She was last seen engaged in conversation with a mysterious dark-haired woman, their exchange shrouded in the anonymity of a crowded street. Around 5 p.m., Annette, eager to return home after a long day, decided to hitchhike, a decision that would prove fatal. According to their theory, Annette was picked up by a stranger, her trust misplaced in someone who harbored sinister intentions. Our next case takes us to the bustling metropolis of Los Angeles, California, where the disappearance of Stephanie Sommers in 1980 left her family and friends grappling with unanswered questions. Stephanie, a vibrant 36-year-old woman, had recently relocated to the Silver Lake neighborhood, eager to embrace a new chapter in her life. August 30th, 1980 dawned like any other summer day, filled with the promise of warmth and laughter. Stephanie had made plans to spend the day with her beloved 11-year-old nephew, Kelly Roberts, a special treat to celebrate his birthday. The highlight of their day was to be a trip to Six Flags Magic Mountain, a wonderland of thrilling rides and childhood dreams. Kelly, his excitement bubbling over, eagerly awaited his aunt's arrival, his small suitcase packed with anticipation. But as the hours ticked by, Stephanie never showed up. Concern turned to worry, then to a gnawing fear that something was terribly wrong. Stephanie, known for her punctuality and unwavering devotion to her family, would never dream of disappointing her nephew, especially on his birthday. Frantic, Stephanie's family contacted the authorities, their worst fears confirmed when officers made a gruesome discovery at her Silver Lake apartment. Stephanie's lifeless body lay inside, her once bright eyes now vacant, her life tragically cut short. The news of her murder sent shockwaves through her tight-knit community, leaving everyone who knew her reeling in disbelief. Detectives, arriving at the scene, meticulously combed through Stephanie's apartment, searching for any clue that could lead them to her killer. Forensic evidence was collected, witness statements were taken, and every lead was pursued with relentless determination. But despite their best efforts, the case grew cold, the trail of Stephanie's murderer seemingly vanishing into thin air. Years turned into decades, the memory of Stephanie's infectious laugh and kind heart fading into a cherished but painful memory for her loved ones. The case file, once filled with promising leads, lay dormant, a testament to the enduring mystery surrounding her untimely demise. But even as time marched on, the hope for justice never waned, fueled by the unwavering love of her family and the dedication of those who refused to let her case be forgotten. Then, in 2014, a glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of the cold case files. Advancements in DNA technology, once a futuristic concept, had revolutionized criminal investigations, providing a powerful tool to unlock the secrets of the past. Los Angeles detectives, armed with this new technology, decided to re-examine the evidence in Stephanie's case, hoping that the passage of time had not erased all traces of her killer. Their persistence paid off. A DNA sample, carefully preserved from the crime scene, yielded a match in the national database. The profile belonged to Harold Anthony Parkinson, a man whose name sent chills down the spines of investigators. Parkinson, it turned out, was no stranger to the criminal justice system. He was already serving a lengthy prison sentence for a chillingly similar crime, the 1981 murder of Derek Eugene Perry. The discovery of Parkinson's DNA at Stephanie's murder scene sent shockwaves through the investigation, breathing new life into a case that had long seemed unsolvable. Detectives, eager to build a rock-solid case against Parkinson, delved into his past, uncovering a disturbing pattern of violence and disregard for human life. Parkinson's criminal history painted a chilling portrait of a man who had long been a danger to society. His 1981 murder of Derek Eugene Perry, a young man full of promise, bore striking similarities to Stephanie's case. Both victims had been brutally attacked, their lives cut short by a senseless act of violence. The motive, in both cases, remained a mystery, adding to the enigma surrounding Parkinson's dark deeds. Dolly, Derek Perry's sister, carried the weight of her brother's murder for over 3 decades, the pain still raw despite the passage of time. The news of Parkinson's connection to Stephanie's case brought back a flood of painful memories, but it also ignited a flicker of hope that justice would finally be served for both victims. Dolly vividly remembered her last meal with Derek, a seemingly ordinary day etched into her memory by the cruel hand of fate. They had shared laughs and stories at a Sizzler restaurant, their bond unbreakable. As they parted ways, Derek had embraced her in a warm hug, whispering words of love that would echo in her heart forever. Derek, an avid BMX rider and surfer, had been the epitome of youthful exuberance, his life a testament to the joy of living each day to the fullest. His murder had shattered his family, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Dolly, determined to honor her brother's memory, became a vocal advocate for victims' rights, her voice a powerful reminder of the human cost of violence. The revelation of Parkinson's connection to Stephanie's murder only strengthened Dolly's resolve to see him held accountable for his crimes. She described him as a dangerous predator, a man who should never be allowed to walk free again. If you found this interesting, then be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button if you don't want to miss what other mysteries are waiting for you. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, then go and watch this. The cases we've explored today stand as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering pursuit of justice, and the transformative power of forensic science.